Hello. I'm going to do like a Christmas party makeup today because I'm going to my friend's house for a nice little Christmas day with all my friends from school. So I'm going to start with CC in medium all over. And I'm going to hope that we've got no interruptions. But I can't guarantee anything. Just said to Dad, Mum is in the room quietly observing in the corner. Just said to Dad, Dad, just so you know, I'm just doing something in here for about 15 minutes. So like that's all it's going to take. Please just bear that in mind. I mean, insisted he needed the address book from the living room. Came knocking at the window to let the cat in. So I'm sure we will be seeing him again at some point. I don't think he'd have needed one thing from this living room if he didn't think he wasn't allowed in here, and now it's like, how many things can I possibly find from in there? So today, my friend Emma is doing us a little Christmas day, all the girls, and the agenda is just brilliant. It's like Prosecco arrival, dinner at 5, heads up, Christmas quiz, disco, all this stuff. We all just kind of thought we were going for a, I don't know, Chinese takeaway or something, and she's made the best plan. So it's really put me in the mood to do a nice glam makeup. And then the other day I was talking to my friend Kate from Peaches. You might know that that's where I learned how to do makeup. I used to work at Peaches and they had these hoodies. And literally, like, my last Peaches jumper is from about 4 years ago, Christmas jumper. I wear it all year round, all the time. I love it. So the minute I saw the hoodies, I was saying, oh my God, they're fab. And she said, I'll get you one in the post. And she's given me a load of bits for the Christmas party. So I'm going to just show you now a few of my favourite pigments to build up a bit of a look. So PC30 brush. In fact, before I go in with any pigments, I'm going to start with my usual bronzer on the blending brush trick to just make sure I'm making a bit of a frame for myself, because I'm going to go in with some darker colours. So I'm just taking a little bit of bronzer through that socket to set a little template for myself. There we go. The nice thing about the brushes actually is they're really, really soft. They wash really well, and they've got loads of different shapes and sizes of the same styles of brush. So like, for example, if you want a flat brush to pat your pigments on with, but you've got quite small lids, there'll be a smaller version versus a larger one if you've got a slightly larger lid space. Like, you can really tailor exactly what you need for your eye shape, or for your kit if you're building a kit, things like that. Okay, so tiny bit of bronzer through there. I'm going to take a little bit of pigment in Wild West, which is a deep, I'll show you. It's like a deep cocoa brown. I'm going to take that through that socket again, build that colour. And once I've put this on, I'm actually going to take a clean blending brush to buff that out. So I know that looks mad, but give me a second. By the time I've buffed this in, it will be really much softer, especially when I've blended it in to that bronzer. I mean, Mum's fallen asleep and the cat is cleaning herself, so there's still all kinds of noises going on in here. So nice and soft. There we go. Now I'm going to take the same original brush, a little bit of Crush pigment all over the lids. This is a lovely kind of rosy champagne kind of shade. And I'm going to press this all over the lids. And what I like about it is it's really lovely with browns, but when it hits the light, you can really see that pink pick up. Very nice for on your cheeks as well. In fact, I'll probably use a bit of that on my cheeks just to show you. Okay, so got that all over the lids. Now I'm going to go in with a little pointed brush and take some of that Wild West again under the lash line, and then I'm going to go back into the kind of crease areas and really intensify those corners. There we go. Now I know I've spilled a bit there, but I'll tidy that up in a second. Just really building up those little corners. I'm going to pack the product on there and buff it out with that cleaner brush so that we get the illusion of a nice deep corner that fluffs out into nothing. And that lovely little feline shape. I'm struggling with the light a little bit to see that eye, so forgive me for a second while I just tidy up here. Now I'm going to take another clean blending brush and just make sure that that is feeling really seamless. The great thing with these pigments, as you can see, is they will just blend and blend and blend. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I've gone on a bit heavy, or it's not feeling the best, just keep buffing. You will eventually get a nice soft finish, see? Okay, now I'm going to go back again with my pointed brush. Just make sure those corners are feeling nice and deep. Deepen that one a tiny bit more. Gently buff that in. Okay, I've done 8 minutes. Got another little bit of time left. I actually think if you see that side looks a bit messier, I'm going to put a little bit of bronzer back on that blending brush, and that's going to be the thing to make it look like it's fading into nothing. That feels better. Okay, now moving on, I'm going to take a little bit of black liner all the way through the waterline. Top and bottom. Oh, I've gone a bit over there, but doesn't matter too much because I am going to do an upper line as well. But just to make sure there's no little slips, I'm going to buff that in with a clean brush and pack a little bit of Crush back on there. There we go. Now, this is the palette I was using last night, the little MAC one. I'm just going to take a bit of this creamy highlighter shade and add it to the inner corners again to give a nice little pop. But I am going to take another Peaches pigment in there in a minute, but I think it'll layer really nicely over the top if I've just really made quite a strong highlight in that area already. There we go. Now, back in with the same pencil, going to do a nice flick on each side. I've got my sharpener to hand. This is Charlotte Tilbury Bedroom Black, which is so lovely and creamy. Doesn't tug or anything. Can you see what I'm doing here? And makes a really, really great liner, because it kind of goes on, even though it's jet black, it goes on almost a bit smudgy and nice. It's not like so pristine that you'd see every little detail if it wasn't sharp enough, do you know? Okay, giving it a quick little sharpen mid-application. I've got about 3 minutes left, but I'm still confident we're going to make this work. There we go. Right, that's just going to have to do. Otherwise, I'm going to run out of time. What have I done there? There we go, gone. Okay, throw on a little brow. I'm going to go in with Anastasia Brow Wiz. Going to keep the brows nice and soft so that the eyes are really the focus rather than these being too sharp as well. And fluff out those inner corners so that everything looks nice and soft. $12.49. I think we're going to be okay now. I feel a bit more confident that we'll pull this off. Bit of mascara. Oh, I forgot about my lashes. I'm going to finish my face, and if I've got time, we will throw the lashes on. I left all my favourite glues in London because I'm at home in Birmingham at the moment. So I've got like a tiny little Eyelaw, God only knows how old it is, glue that you get in the packet of lashes. So we shall see how that will fare when put to the test. I've trimmed my lashes ready, so that's something, I suppose. Okay, now, couple of little wowzer moments. I'm going to take a bit of pigment in Hollywood, which is a gold iridescent glitter, and just press it over that crush to give a nice little sparkly iridescence. I'm not going to have time for lashes, but I'm going to finish my complexion, and I think you'll love that instead. I'm going in with bronzer all over. Let me get my hair out the way. That's the little Christmas hoodie, by the way. So cute. Okay. Bronze. Okay, really do need to wrap this up now. Pigment in Pearl is going on my cheekbones. Absolute Peaches classic. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Babe Gloss on my lips, Bambi even, and say goodbye now because I know I'll have to cut this short. There we go.